amazing day. And if you're not, then I hope that this video puts a smile on your face. In today's video, we are going to be reading some relationship stuff on Reddit. Like, I guess you can say it's like people that are looking for advice. And I guess I'll put like my opinion on she wasn't sure about him at the time, but still said yes to the proposal. And red flag number 2 was her explanation being that the friend initiated the talking that led to it. Like, in that exact phrase, she did not take accountability for any of it. Like obviously, as like I'm reading on here, it seems like she didn't take accountability for anything that she did. But and then he wrote, I honestly don't understand how she can do that. Damn, I kind of like felt that betrayal through the screen, because how could she do that? But anyways, he then talks about how it brings back a memory of when they've like first started dating, like the first month. He said that he found a photo in her phone of a man and a girl, I guess, and it was like a man sleeping on someone's chest taken from like above. So I guess above, I think it means like face up. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm probably like slow, like I don't understand, but it's okay. And then he confronts her about it, and then later on she said that her friend sent it to her, and then she deletes the photo off her phone, and then later on says, how can I prove to you that's not me? Girl, red flag number 3, she literally deletes it off her phone. Well, first she says, my friend sent it to me, and then she deletes off her phone, and she's like, how can I prove to you that's not me? Like, that is giving guilty. Like, how are you gonna like delete it off your phone? And then ask for like trust. Okay, sorry. Anyways, next part. He says that like he can't shake the belief that it was probably his like fiance and that guy. I guess like he thinks it's like them too. And honestly, okay, I'm a person of gut feelings, and I feel that if you have a gut feeling, you should always go with it, no matter how crazy it sounds, no matter how people perceive you. Always go with your gut feeling, because it's most likely 99.9% of the time correct. Like the lowest could be like 98 or even 95, but most of the time you're always right when it comes to gut feelings. So he's saying that the image, like the photo that he found in her phone, and her confession about the guy is like haunting him, and that he doesn't know if he should continue the relationship because he feels that the trust is gone. And he is like, and once you lose trust, how can you build a marriage? I'm scared that even if we stay together, I'll never be able to get those images out of my head. And then he's like, can trust ever be rebuilt after this, or is it better to walk away now before I tie myself to her permanently? Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so we got to the final point of this whole thing. Okay, this is just my opinion. Like, obviously, like, anyone can have their opinion, I guess. But I feel that he should not stay with her. Like, okay, rebuilding trust is not impossible, but it is pretty complicated, especially with what like his circumstances, with the fact that this girl is literally like friends with a guy that she slept with literally when he proposed. So this is like the following, like, you know, this is what I think should happen. Okay, usually when it comes to stuff like this, like if I was in a relationship with somebody, I wouldn't be like, stop being that person's friend. Like, you're not allowed to be with this, like, you're not allowed to be friends with this person. I'm not like that. But I feel like in these types of circumstances, I feel like she should literally drop this like friend, because that was so loud. I'm so sorry. Because like, if that person is kind of like the main root of the problem, like, I'm so sorry guys, like I don't know what's going on with my throat. I'm probably gonna have to drink water because it's feeling a little dry. But basically what I was gonna say, it's like kind of if like he's like the main root of the problem, then it's like, yeah, I feel like she probably had her reasons, but those reasons aren't valid. I'm sorry, like, you, okay, I always believe in valid reasonings, but like literally cheating on like her own like fiance is truly insane. So that's A. B, I believe that like maybe like therapy, like I feel that like sometimes therapy can help rebuild trust, because sometimes it's hard to find a common ground, because sometimes when you handle it on your own, you start to argue and it creates like a cycle and it just doesn't get anywhere. Or C, I fear that the marriage should not happen, because like if you truly can't trust somebody because of stuff that they did, I feel that you're not only like ruining yourself, but you're also like kind of like holding on to something that like you don't deserve to go through. Like I feel like putting like your energy on something that you feel like totally lost in, and you just don't know how to feel. I just feel that that's not something he deserves to go through, and I also feel like she needs to do some soul searching and figure out what she like, I guess like figure out what she should do so she doesn't do this to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they both need to work on themselves, but maybe a little bit of her a bit more. So that was low-key kind of heavy, and I hope that everything goes well for this man and for the girl. I hope that I don't know, I guess you can, I don't know, like, yeah guys, I don't know, but I wish them both the best. Okay, let's see, we're gonna go to the next person. Guys, that was low-key, that's low-key insane. Like, I don't know how to feel. I kind of actually felt, no, I felt really bad for that guy. Like, I really hope he's doing okay. Okay. Oh no. My gosh, guys, I'm scared. I'm actually scared to read some of this. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I'll read this one. Why is the like, okay, on Reddit there's low-key just like a lot of guys. Like, I'm not saying it's a problem, I'm just like surprised. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, so this one is, I'm posting here because I don't like talking badly about my girlfriend to anyone I know in real life. Interesting. Also, this isn't even really bad necessarily, but still it's unfair to her to start saying this about her to people who know us. We've been dating for 6 years. It's been great. We share values and beliefs in many things, and we genuinely enjoy spending time with each other. As we are getting closer to the serious stage of any relationship, marriage, I've started developing stronger concerns thinking about the future. I would say this has been on my mind for over a year, hoping and praying it would go away, but it won't, and if anything, it's getting stronger. sad. No, not kind of. This is really sad. Okay. But, okay. I feel like, okay, we are going to debrief about this. So, understand why he's frustrated a bit more now, like, because I feel that well, it depends actually if he's ever raised like this issue to her that he feels like she doesn't know a lot of things, and he tries to help her, and she like acknowledges that she lacks quote unquote basic things, but she still acts like this, then I can understand the frustration. But if he's never talked to her about how he truly feels about that, then it's like you can't really expect her to want to like learn if you don't let her know. But at the end of the day, it's always her decision if she wants to learn. If she doesn't, then she doesn't. Oh, oopsies. Okay, next part. And then he says her emotional intelligence really lacks with the fights we have. Okay, I mean, I can't really comment on that because he didn't really give any examples, so I'm gonna skip that. Okay, as harsh as